Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
The Philadelphia Phillies are going to take on the Cincinnati Reds. Taiwan Walker here, road favorite. But look at that total, man. 10 under. I told you. I mean, we're in the Reds ballpark. So, if anything, this is where you kind of see these totals starting to go up. And that's what we're going to start to see here. I believe with these totals moving forward, just look at today. So, see what you got in this one, Mindy. I think we'll have I don't know. I feel like we're going to consensus on some of these, on a lot of games. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope, right? I think the Phillies bullpen here, they're a little weak right now. Reds have been, pretty much in all these games. If you've watched them here as of late, they just took another one down yesterday. I think the Reds kind of have the edge here at home. I'm gonna take them on the run line though today. I'll take Reds plus 1.5 here.
Yeah, is Walker going to be, a disappointment for the Phillies? The Reds have, certainly some issues, but so far, Overton, they win when he's pitching. I know that. They've been good, and the Phillies have not been good behind Walker so far. It's interesting. See what you guys are doing here. If anything in this one, Ziggy wants to go Phillies, but Sherilyn's on the Reds. And let's see here. Reds to get the run line here, possibly. That's what Mindy said, right?
Yep, that's
Minus
what I said.
$1.25, $1.30 maybe. Scotch will take the Phillies. Yeah, maybe they're suited well, but I'm not sure yet. I mean, TJ on the Phillies. Look at me. The Phillies are they're starting with some injuries. We know that. TJ on the over here. I can't disagree, but I might just want to play the Reds here with Mindy at this good price. We see a lot of run lines coming in general. I got burned yesterday trying to lay a run and a half. Here's another over. Looks like you guys do like the over here. It's over 10. So Walker, Mindy, so they lost both of his starts, but still just 0-1, but a 6 ERA so far. Both of his starts did go over. He's got a 5 ERA lifetime against the Reds. Phillies have not looked good. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They're just 1-6 so far on the road. And Overton, yeah, they did win his first 2 games and kind of making fun of it. He's at a 10 ERA in those starts. They went over in both of them, and also he's pitched to 6 2/3 innings against the Phillies, and has a ERA of 10.8. And the Reds also have been struggling, losing 6 of 8, but 4-2 at home. I'm going to be with you, Mindy. Let's do it. 1.5 here.
Reds plus 1.5 for the win. Consensus play number 4.
Okay. All right. See a few more comments in there on the game, I think. TJ, Reds first 5, Schwarb's home run, and Blake likes the Reds as well. So let's take them. Let's take the Reds. Darren likes the
Let's do it.
All right, Diamondbacks and Bumgarner going up here against the Marlins and Trevor Rogers. Well, Trevor Rogers is actually off to the weaker start of the two. I don't know statistically, but at least Bumgarner has that win in his back pocket still from early on. Diamondbacks and Marlins here. Marlins, though, big favorite, $1.55, total 9 over 15. Maybe the total's gone down just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to try the Marlins here in this spot. They are winners of their last 5 versus the NL West. Trevor Rogers does have that 29% K rate. I think I'm going to take the Marlins here, Ramon.
And so would Ziggy. He wants Marlins on the money line. Butterscotch likes the over in this one. Steve Fallow here today. Good to see you, Steve. He's on Miami on the money line here. Takia liking Arizona. Jay Peasy's got Christian Walker on the home run prop. Sherilyn will also take the Marlins with you. Have my concerns. We're certainly about Rogers right now. Fernando Marlins and over. Here's Brent on the D-backs. Well, I think for me, look, Bumgarner, 8 ERA over 8 so far. Arizona, though, man, they are looking pretty decent. They've won 5 of 6. Rogers, 0-2 record, 7 ERA so far. Seen Marlins come to life a little bit, winning 3 of their last 4 games. So, see, let me get a few more comments, see if I can be swayed here in this one. Demetrius D-backs on the run line. TJ Marlins money line. Phillies money line for Fernando. Thomas says D-backs are playing decent. Don't disagree here. I think the problem is Madison Bumgarner in this one. So, well, all right, Mindy. Looks like I've got a kind of like my social life. I got to make a commitment. I've always had a hard time doing that. This is going to be one of the games I'm going to take an under on this one. Probably might be one of my only unders of the day. Probably not going to put any unders in the premiums at this point. But I'll take the under, and Mindy is on the Marlins. All right, the Giants are on the road here to take on the Tigers in interleague action. It's kind of neat, Mindy. You have the interleague games every day.
Yeah, they are fun.
Mania favored here, $1.45. Total has been dropping a little bit here to 9 under 25. So we're seeing movement on the under here. I don't know what that means because all I could do is not stop talking about overs. But facts. And this one is heading towards 9 under 25. I don't think we're seeing any 8.5s just yet. No, it's 9 under 20 almost across the board.
So what does Steve Fallow say? He says, San Francisco money line. Hey, that's going to be my play today. Wentz struggles a little bit with control here. Giants hitters have had the edge with lefty starters here this season so far. I'm going to take the Giants here on the money line.
Okay, Mindy takes the Giants on the road against the Tigers. Oh, Tigers. Steve, there it is. There it is. You called it, Mindy. Steve on San Francisco. So's Demetrius. So's Ziggy. So's Butterscotch. Sherilyn likes the under. This is the lowest, and this is the lowest total of the day, I think.
Giants.
Make sure that no, 9 under 22. No, it's not the lowest total of the day. There's plenty of 8.5s out there. Oh, the Mets and the A's are what I was thinking of. That's the only 8 out there. Let me try this. Giants for show.
For show.
Steve's got
Yay, Mindy. All right. Hey, I like more comments like yay, Mindy. Let's do those. Everyone comment yay, Mindy.
Oh, great. Here they
All
come.
right, here they come.
There'll be a bunch of yay Mindys now.
Yay. All right. I like it. Hey, look, I'm getting some.
Of course you are. Now I'm going to have to put them all on the board probably. I'm going to have to
Right.
try to flash them all up there.
Right. There's
All right.
more. Awesome. See, I needed this for my Friday morning.
Okay, I'll wait till you guys are done sharing Mindy up before I start to break it down a little bit with the Giants. Man, Detroit, too bad. 3-9. That's a terrible start. Benaya, they lost in his first start. 6 innings, 76 pitches. All right. Wentz got a 10.29 ERA. Oh my goodness. And they've lost both of his first starts. So I can see what's going on there.
Nathan's
No
been doing
doubt.
nothing but winning for the last couple days. That's awesome. 2 more parlays. Sweet.
Okay. I'll probably end up on the over here with these two at 9. Let's see if there's any. Are there any overs out there at all? Oh, yay, Ramon. Hey. Hey, I am getting some.
Ramon will probably show that one.
Yeah. I need to get pumped up a little bit.
There you go.
Okay. Giants money line seems pretty easy. Detroit's been struggling. Yes, they have. I'll go over, Mindy. I'm not totally sold on the Giants in this one just yet.
All right.
If I
After
play
tonight,
it,
maybe.
if I take the Giant, maybe if it's, sometimes I say about when we bet personally, and it's like I don't want anybody to know I'm actually picking them, right? So I'm just
yeah.
Detroit is over. Detroit last in your power rankings at this point, Mindy? Are they above the Royals?
Yes, of course.
Detroit is above the Royals?
Yeah, I like Detroit. I feel like they've been in games. I mean, I think they've played tougher competition, or I guess you could, say maybe some light competition, but yeah, I think they're better as a whole, honestly, even though their record doesn't show it. Same thing, like I don't know. I still think that the A's are my least favorite
You're
team
right.
out there.
Okay, you're right. A's are
I'd go
probably
A's, Royals, Tigers. Then I don't know. I don't know after that. Let's see. Who would I pick?
Marlins got a bad lineup, and I'd probably have the Marlins down there as well. The Nats, I don't know.
Yeah, Nationals. I'm not like a huge Arizona fan. Let's see.
Okay, Mindy. Mindy, anyways, on that one is on the Giants. I'm on the over. All right. The Twins here with Varland. He's no rookie. He pitched last year with the Twins. He's a kid from St. Paul. This guy is Minneapolis through and through. Twin Cities. He played for the minor league team in Minneapolis or in St. Paul. And he's back, I believe. Let me check this. I'm pretty sure he is the starter today, right? With a little switcheroo there for Minnesota, and he's going up against Nestor Cortez. And Cortez here, minus 175, total 8.5 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, Cortez is pretty good, but it's still, both of these pitchers have that over 600 slugging percentage. So, I mean, the Yankees are getting hit hard this year, and we saw that yesterday here as well. And, I think that the Twins, they've shown that they can keep up here. I'm going to go over this total of 8.5 here today.
That's individual slugging percentage against these pitchers, huh?
Yeah, so the Twins pitcher,
Okay.
Garland, has a 600, versus the Yankees, and the Yankees, Cortez has a 600.
They hit 600 against each other slugging. Okay.
Yeah, so if I talk about their stats, it's specific to the team they're playing here.
Oh, okay.
Unless I
Garland was just around last year. I'm sure he faced them. I mean, he had
Yeah.
he had 5 starts last year. Look, he's a he's here a little bit above schedule. I think watch for Garland. I think he can be a good pitcher for this team, a decent pitcher. We'll see, but he's back. And let's take a look here in the chat. Yankees run line here for Ziggy. CC likes the over. This is another. Did I say what it was? Let's see here. 8.5 over 15. Fade the Yankees. Is that today, Demetrius, or in general? I mean, I don't know. I know we're supposed to think that the Yankees are the Yankees, so. And let's see here. Over for Steve. Over for Justin. Sherilyn says Yankees for sure. That's not terrible price. Butterscotch, though, run line. Mindy said over in this game, right?
I did. I still think those Yankees hitters have the edge over Minnesota squad. I think it was just a little weird game yesterday.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But not the Twins haven't shown life, that's for sure. We've been on them a lot this season.
No, I mean, right now, you've got to put the Twins up there with with the pleasant surprises.
Sure.
Or I don't know. Is it a surprise? I mean, they made some moves. They weren't shy. They're off to the 9-4 start. The Yankees are still 8-5. I mean, they're still the Yankees. So I mean, let's not just throw them under the bus just yet. So, but again, this was supposed to be Molly, but now it's Varland. But Varland, sure. Tyler Molly's been more in the league longer, but like I said, Varland had 5 starts last year. So Cortez pretty strong, 2.61 ERA in those 2 wins so far. So I don't think it's terrible. 173, 175. Let me see just a few more comments from the chat here. Oh, I saw Cortez numbers are down, meaning strong, right? I would think that's what Butterscotch means. The numbers are down, right? 2.61 ERA. That's pretty good. I know he's, has a couple of wins against Minnesota in 3 starts, but an ERA over 4. You mentioned some of his stats, Mindy. Relly Buns loves the over. Fernando on the Twins. Everyone's making fun of what happened yesterday. And Brent's ready to go with the Rays. Rays game's too easy. All right. And Takia here on the over. Okay. Guess I gotta pull that trigger, as a famous YouTube handicapper used to say. And I want to trust these. I want to trust these Twins. But man, it seems like the Sharps want to hit the Yanks here. Gosh, this is quite a game. Totals moved to 8.5. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Twins on the run line plus a 1.5. I saw someone in there with it. Oh, his K numbers. Okay, yeah, the K numbers are down. That's a major number to look at, certainly. So, okay. Yeah, Sherilyn, okay, I'm sorry. I'm on the Twins, on the run line. I can't avoid it. Maybe just I feel like the Yankees too high. Look, that Twins record stands out to me, 9-4. Not saying they're going to go out there and be a 100-win team, but I thought they've played pretty well so far. Okay, we're not quite to the Rays yet, but we got the Guardians here in the National Guardians, $1.55, and the total 9.5 under 20. Oh, I don't have the Guardians pitcher listed here. I'll put it up right now, but it is Cal Quantrill.
I'm going to take the Nationals here on the run line, Ramon. Guardians are losers of their last 7 run lines on the road. And it's one of those that, if I take a look at Williams, he has a .183 batting average versus this Guardians team here. I'm going to take the Nationals on the run line.
All right.
Plus runs on that team that I said was like fourth worst in the league.
No, well, they're at home, and I think that there something to be said for some of these run lines here. Here's Steve wants Washington plus a half in the first 5 with you.
Cool.
So, Williams wasn't too bad, right? Let me see here. Everyone's still making fun of the Yankee game, I think, is what TJ, right? Is that the one they're still talking about? Ziggy wants to go over here. Yeah. Fernando wants Nationals first 5 tonight. So keep going back to that. Nats run line for CC. So they're at home. So, I think there's question. The Guardians' bats look pretty okay to me for sure. Let me look here. Quantrill a 7.45 earned run average in those 2 starts, but they did win one of those games. Cleveland, nice 5-2 road record so far. Williams a 5 ERA, and they also won one of those first 2 starts. Washington just 1-5 at home so far. That's not great. I gotta think runs are in order here. Williams does have some decent 10 innings pitched, just a .9 ERA career against the Guardians. Again, it's interleague play. The teams are going to play more now. I already said every team plays every team this year. That hasn't been the case in the past when you'd play teams every 3 years from the other league. But that's changed now. I'm on the over here for sure. This is one. Let's get my overs started. Mindy, well, I took over in the Giants Tigers too, but gonna be some overs for me here on the show. Here's Butterscotch wants Nationals plus a half first 5. And okay, I think we can move on. We don't need to spend that much time on it, do we? We could just talk about how great the Rays have been. We all know how great they've been. 13 games in a row, all by massive margins. Not only out of the 3 teams that have been 13-0, none of them won like this. Maybe it's a sign of the way the game is today. Maybe the Rays are the greatest team of all time.
Maybe, right?
But
yeah.
When will it end? When will it end, Mindy? The steam came in on Toronto, so there's some guys thinking they're just going to outsmart everybody today and take these Blue Jays. At even money. But Berrios has lost most of his starts so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Blue Jays are, I think they're decent. I think they're going to give them a little bit of trouble here. But yeah, I mean, the way I see it is this is, 2 pitchers here that don't have very low K rates. I think there's going to be another big shootout. I think it's one of these, 8 to 9 games kind of thing. It's going to probably come down to the wire. I'm going to go over the total.
Yeah. I think maybe the offenses are in order here. Tampa Bay's got a terrific offense now. Rasmussen, pretty outstanding. I know what you're saying, Mindy. Maybe the
Just allow
metrics.
more base runners, right? That's kind of how I see it.
No, and he's worked out of it. I mean, he's worked out of it. But again, maybe it's part of that we talked about with the schedule and all that. I mean, but he still has no ERA, right, so far. But uh, you know, he has worked out of the jams. So Barrios has been complete opposite. He's got a 13 ERA so far. So two pitchers opposite directions to a certain extent. 11 of the 13 wins so far have been by 4 or more runs. Mindy, that's just incredible.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that's been great.
I said after the first series, it was like first 2 series, it was they had been covering by 7 runs or more. So I mean 4, that's amazing after this long into the season.
I'm on the total with you over for sure. I think Rasmussen, if he was out there and mows them down again, terrific. It's just that the Jays offense has been strong too of late. I mean, they've won 7 of their last 9 games, and I think their lineup's been very, very strong. I do love the matchup today for some of these Rays. Wander Franco, what can you say? I would imagine that he'd be one of my guys to look at a prop with today against Barrios. I think Brandon Lowe also can do some damage there in the middle of that lineup. So let's go over Tampa and Toronto. Barrios, an ERA near 6 in 8 career starts against the Rays with a 1-4 record. And Rasmussen, he's faced Toronto quite a bit, 7 starts and just a 2.33 career ERA. However, just 1 victory in those 7 starts. So let's take the over today. We know the Rays' bats are hot. Toronto's bats have been hot as well. And, no disrespect. Hey, I see some Toronto support in the chat. Sherilyn on the Rays here. I think Darren says take Rays. There's Demetrius. He'll take the run line with Toronto today. It's only minus $1.50 or so. That's not terrible. I guess maybe my brain might still be in hockey mode a little bit. I know that's the right line, but just looks like a good price when we're dealing with those hockey games on puck lines. Brent feels very confident that these Rays will just keep it going. Yep, they've covered all those run lines. The Sharps don't care. They think not anymore. I don't know, Demetrius. I don't know. I'm seeing, again, we know the stats are out there, 56% over. Yes, I think the totals have been slightly moved higher. All right. Yeah, Darren says the Jays offense didn't look too good. I had a loser there on the run line with the Jays. So they definitely had a bad. They definitely Spencer Turnbull. You talk about you like the Tigers, and hey, I think Spencer Turnbull. Let's give him some credit in that game yesterday, and I think that they, I think he's better than those first 2 starts that he had for sure. Okay, we're on it, Mindy. We're on the over. All right, Orioles here in Wells, White Sox, and Clevenger. Mindy, the Orioles are going to be a slight favorite here on the road. They're down to $1.15. Maybe there was steam that came in on the White Sox here. The total is 9 under 15.
Yeah, I mean, I know that this Orioles team has been hitting the ball. I know they've been lights out, right? But I just don't see this one going over today. I have Wells at a .091 batting average versus the White Sox, and then you have Clevenger .193 batting average versus this Orioles team. I'm going to go under the total here, under 9.
Okay, yeah, Clevenger has done pretty well so far, no doubt about it. 3.48 ERA in those 2 starts. They won them both, so hats off to him. Wells was pretty shaky in that first start, no doubt, with 4 earned runs in 6 innings, and the Orioles lost that game, of course. But the White Sox won for Clevenger, and I thought he looked okay. I mean, the numbers say he was fine. Let's see what the chat's going to say about this game. Butterscotch is on Baltimore. Sherilyn's on Baltimore, and Takia likes the over. So I'm probably going to be on the White Sox, and I think the chat's just going to be all against us here. If anything, Baltimore, I think they're just they're fine with that 7-6 start. I think Clevenger's had some success against Baltimore. He's won 4 of 6 starts against the Orioles, 4 victories. So, I'm going to come in with the White Sox here as my selection today against the Orioles at even money or so.
Yep.
Maybe minus $1.05, but nonetheless, I like the White Sox in this one. Mindy likes the under. Looks like we're on a bit of an island here.
Right. It happens. Not the first or last time.
Oh, Ziggy likes the White Sox on the run line. Okay. Minus $1.65. It's not terrible.
Sure.
Brent Cook on the Orioles. Steve's on the Orioles. A lot of Orioles support. Darren might say first 5, maybe CC on the over. King of Mount Castle again. King of Mount Castle, King of Mount Castle. And I'm on the White Sox, however, and Mindy's on the under. All right, the Angels on the road. Mindy, your Angels. And Sandoval here. They're an underdog, though. The Red Sox, they're a slight favorite at minus $1.15 or so. I have $1.20 there, but I think it's gone down here to $1.15. Steam definitely came in on the under here. It's now 9.5 under 20, and that was just since the start of the show. It came up a little while ago while we were previewing some other games. So Steam came in with the under here in the matchup with the Angels and the Red Sox.
That's where I'm heading, to the under. I mean, you got Sandoval, the second ace, perhaps. And then you have, for the Red Sox here, you have a 41% K rate, a .169 batting average versus this Angels team here. I again think that this one can stay under the total. I'm a little bit worried about bullpens. But other than that, I'm all right. So I just need these 2 starters to go deep into the game. Maybe inning number 7 or 8, something like that.
More for Sandoval, I'm sure. If anything, the Angels bullpen maybe a little bit of just 6 innings in the last 3 days, of course. So maybe they are a little bit rested. That's been the big. I laugh because that's been the problem, for the Angels, obviously. Sandoval, 2 starts, a 1.64 ERA, just 1 win to show for it so far, but, probably not a problem as far as comparing him. Houck is 2-0, but a 4.50 ERA thus far. Let's go to the chat before I commit here and see what they have to say.
Scott says he likes the hitter-friendly park to go over. Darn it.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but here's Steve on Boston. Ziggy's on Boston run line here. Minus $1.55. Kia on the Red Sox. Moneyline can't. He's just going on the Rays. Moneyline has the Rays on every game, even if they're not playing.
Right.
Yeah, there's Scotch says taking the over here. That's kind of the way I'm feeling. I'm just waiting for a little bit more info, maybe if I'm going to go over, because the steam came in on the under, so I immediately had to take note of that, and I want to kind of dive into it a little further, I think. So, all right, I'm going to take the Red Sox in this one at home. CC's on the run line here with the Red Sox, laying the run and a half even at. That's Red Sox run line. It's plus 1.5 minus 155. And Sherilyn likes Hauk moving forward. Hauk, um, yeah, both of his starts went over. And I will say this too, that they won the first five. The Red Sox won the first five in his first two starts as well. So Scotch in with the weather report here, and Mindy's on the under. I'm on the Red Sox money line.
So how does it go? Is it Coors Field, then Fenway? Are those the two most hitter friendly parks, right? Right
Well,
now,
I think
or did they change it up with some of these being moved in a little bit this year?
right. Well, yeah, good point. With some of the it was Toronto that kind of changed the dimensions to make maybe home runs a little bit. Remember the Orioles added a big
Yeah,
fence in left field
right.
last year as well.
Cincinnati Reds a little bit.
Yeah, and again, all these runs, right? So can I just do my little over thing a little bit again today, Mindy? Every day I'm trying to point out one, and again, it's something you guys are talking about in the chat. It's the Twins, right? Putting a huge number up there, right in the right away. So we're just seeing things. Yeah, that happens all the time, right? But it's still just we're still just 2 weeks into the season, and Butterscotch says Coors Field for sure. Cincinnati's got the bandbox, is what Butterscotch says. Don't forget they have the kind of the smallest dimensions. So, but at this point, it doesn't seem like anything matters on some of these. Okay. So I'm on the Red Sox. Mindy's on the under. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
what was that? Yes, or a couple. What this week when wasn't it Ty France that hit it out at Wrigley for what was it, like 462? Just totally crushed it. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Out there to Waveland Avenue. Okay. The Rangers and the Astros. I mentioned that in interleague play you only played one division, except every team had its own. Back in the old days of the interleague play, before you played everybody, you'd play one of the divisions from the other league, but you also had a traditional rival that you'd play every year as well. And the Rangers and the Astros were one of them. Mindy, for example, the Dodgers and the Angels were a series, and I get the Padres. The natural rival they called was the Mariners, which didn't make any sense, but they share the same spring training complex, so maybe that's why they did it. Who was the Royals? Was it the Cards? Of course, the Royals matchup was the Cardinals every year. So, anyways, the Rangers and the Astros here. Astros are $1.60 ish, maybe $1.55 now. 8.5. Oh boy, let me make sure. Is that maybe I typed this one in wrong? I just want to look at it. It's definitely 8.5 over 15, and I want to. Yeah, there was no 9.5s, so maybe this is the one I got it confused with that other game. Let me just fix it here. Please ignore, because it's 8.5, and now it's over minus 115. It was never 9.5. It was just me typing the wrong thing in. If anything, there were 8.5 or 8.5 under a start, and now we're moving towards the over. So we're seeing a move on the over here in this game.
Oh, Ramon, I know we keep talking about overs. I know it, but I keep going under here today. I feel like I got two lights out pitchers here today. I really like both of them. They got these 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. They only give up 200 averages. I'm going to go under the total.
Well, Perez is good. He's got a 3.3 ERA so far. One win and one loss in those games. He has a win and a loss. Garcia, 7 ERA so far, and the Astros lost both games. So, but I think we expect more from him. He's done fine, 3-0 lifetime against Texas in 3 starts. 5 games total, 2.5 ERA. Did have a couple of relief appearances against them in the past. The Astros is off to a 6-1 start at home thus far. Rangers have gone over in 5 straight. You mentioned taking the under here. Houston's also gone 6-1 to the over at home thus far, and both of Garcia's starts did go over. Is this a cheap enough price for me? I don't know. Let's see what the chat's doing in this game. Man, this one opened considerably higher, didn't it? Let me see what the openers were on this game. Mostly. Oh no, okay. Maybe I caught a rogue number. It says here that
rogue. It went rogue.
DK opened $1.80. Did anybody see DK open $1.80 in this game? It's been mostly this price here, but we've got lots of comments on the game. So let's go right to it. Michelle's here. Hi, Michelle.
C-Spill. Hi, C-Spill.
And C-Spill as well. Great. Let's see. Let me get to that one.
I thought maybe we lost him after basketball season.
Astros don't do well against good pitchers. Do you put Perez in there? Mindy does. Mindy puts Perez in there in the good pitcher category. It looks like at this point, I just put him in there as kind of I don't know if you want to call him old at this point. Maybe he's in his prime. Sherilyn on the Astros here. Demetrius likes the over. So, okay. Yeah, Butterscotch talking about Corey Seager's been sidelined for a couple of days now. He's on the 10-day injured list, but we know the Astros are missing Altuve right now as well, and we know that with this team, I mean, they kind of go as Altuve goes, kind of, but not now necessarily. The Astros, off now all of a sudden 6-7. So Texas actually comes in with a better record here a little bit. So, all right, Mindy, I guess I can't wait any longer. I think this is a fine price at $1.55. I'm going to try the Astros money line here today.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe and I got to turn around just a little bit. Garcia's numbers, I agree with you. He's much better than this 7 ERA, I would think.
For sure.
Yeah, that's all for the comments there on that one. You guys are done with that game. The Braves here with Morton. The Royals with, Mindy.
What?
Singer. Hey, Cy Young so far. Well, they win when they pitches.
I don't know if he got the win though versus the Giants, right? Yeah, I think they just came back in the late innings. Did he actually get that win? I don't remember. I thought Singer didn't do so hot, and they still rallied.
No, he didn't do very well. But I feel like I like when teams win when those pitchers are in. But I know what you're saying, and I mean you're going up against the big bad Braves here. with Morton. Braves are 9-4, and Kansas City's 4-9. So
Yeah, last year my only Royals game I made it to is when Singer smoked the Rays. He put up 12 strikeouts in that
see,
game. That was a fun one last year. Yeah,
well,
yeah, but I don't think it's going to be that way here today, Ramon.
right. I tried.
I mean, Singer gives up historically like a 600 slugging percentage here versus Atlanta. I think the Royals bats haven't been bad. Again, they just I think maybe need a little bit better bullpen here. I think this is one that's going to get over the total. I'm going over the 9.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think I don't think I can. I cannot go over in this game with this matchup. I'm trying to sell you on Singer a little bit. Still got a 5 ERA pretty much in those 2 games you mentioned, but I just like the fact that the Royals won both games. That's
Sure.
what I'm.
Give him a little confidence booster.
Morton has a 5 ERA also in his first 2 starts, and the Braves split those 4 games. And Kansas City's actually beat Morton twice in his career, but Atlanta now 3 straight wins. They're 5-1 on the road. They've gone over in 6 of their last 7 games, and the Royals have gone over in 4 of their last 5. Certainly, the Royals are struggling, so we know, and they're just 1-6 at home right now, having lost 3 of their last 4 overall as well. So I'll go over with you in this one with the Braves and the Royals going over 9. You know what? I'm see what the chat says. I didn't mean to commit without taking their opinion into consideration. So I want to give the Royals a chance here. Anybody?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not real confident about this Royals team here today.
Ramon's glitching. Am I like that lady in the what's commercial is it? And the lady's there. She's put like the internet's glitchy, and she's sitting there on the couch with her friends. Ziggy would take the under in the Royals game. Demetrius Braves an over. Sherlin on the over. And Steve wants the over as well. A lot of over support for us, Mindy. That bodes well. That sounds like consensus. So we're on it.
Consensus play number 6.
That's all. See, I have more and we don't. Oh well. Maybe we can do more here before we wrap up the show. We've got the Pirates taking on the Cardinals. Oviedo going up here against Woodford. Well, if you Woodford here, $1.65, 9 under 15. Let's see it trickle up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'm going to take the Pirates again here on the run line. I mean, they just kind of continue to get it done. They're 4-0 on this road run line here this season, so I got to stick with that. I'm gonna take the Pirates plus 1.5 runs.
Now, tradition would say that some eventually the Pirates will fade and the Cardinals will come on and everything will be right in the world. But right now, it says that it's the Pirates that are 8-5. Cards are 5-8. Oviedo's got 4 ERA so far, but they won both of his starts. They're profitable with him. So I like that. They've won 7 of 10 right now. And Woodford, maybe want to put him in Woodford Reserve because he's got a 9 ERA right now. 0-2 record. Games. Cardinals just 2-5 at home. At Busch, boy, that I like Oviedo. I don't know if it's going to end up going under, but if any game on this schedule looks like an under, to me, it would be this one. Let's see what the chat thing. Pirates have gone under in 5 of their last 6 on the road. The Cardinals have gone under in 9 of 13 games this season. So we talk about all the overs, but here's 2 teams that maybe they're producing some unders. So let's take a look. Here's Michelle wants the Pirates money line. And Sherilyn's on the over in this one. So doesn't necessarily heed the trends there. CC Pirates, it's all about the Pirates here. I'm probably willing to take the Pirates on the money line, but Mindy says run line. Let's do it.
All right.
Curtis, he just wanted a reason to put the dead emoji in his chat.
Right.
And Butterscotch, you guys are great handicappers. Could use some work on the cliches, I think.
The broadside of a barn, Ramon. You don't know that one?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're wetting the bed. We can't get the water out of falling out the boat.
Just want to make sure our Midwest cliches made it out there to the coast. That's all.
Demetrius here couldn't catch. We can't catch a cold. We can't. Okay, Demetrius on the Pirates. Takia does the under here as well. I had one total that I'm like, if I'm going to play a premium on, it's this team. I'm like, God, can I really do it?
Can I really?
And it hurts to be in a little, my little bit of a cold streak, first cold streak in like, I'm pretty sure it's been about 8 weeks.
It'll be all right. Get it out. Yeah. Get it out of your system.
My records say it's my worst stretch of premiums in 8 weeks, but I'm not supposed to talk about it. Mindy, I want to hello to Carla Hunter. Welcome, Carla. Totally looks like you know what's going on here. You're picking the Rangers on the money line. And I don't care which team you picked, but I'm just saying that makes it look like to me, you know what's going on. I know we're talking about a different game, but I'm willing to put your pick up there. Certainly, even though we already blew by that one, want to say hello to our new viewer of the day here, Carla Hunter.
Hello. La la la.
All right, a few more here. Everybody's gonna put "Yay, Mindy." I think from now on.
I like it. I think we should all do it from now on.
If we agree or whatever. Pirates show. Ziggy though, Cardinals money line and over, kind of going against everything that I'm trying to say here, but that's Ziggy's one of our best and most successful contributors. So need the advice and maybe temper my enthusiasm on the Pirates run line. That's what we're taking, though, Mindy.
We can both win, Ramon.
No, that's true.
Cardinals win by 1. The end.
All right, Lauer got pushed back to this one, so maybe that will bode well for the Brewers. They were able to get the win yesterday. We did go under in that game. We were right. It was 4-3. The Brewers got the win. And in this one, the Padres are a pretty big favorite here again. $1.55, maybe even $1.60 now. 8.5 over 15. Again, I'm trying to be fair to my team. I've already complained one time when I thought they were, when that Braves won a game against the Braves, where I was like disrespecting the Padres. Now the Padres are getting all of a sudden too much respect, I think.
Maybe,
just like that.
I don't know. I still like this Padres team. I feel like I might have a little bit more faith in them than you do here early on in the season. They just have so much potential. And I think that's a thing that I'm looking at here for sure. But I'm going to go over the total. I don't think we're getting any, 4-3 game like we did yesterday. I think that was kind of a weird anomaly, just all the uncertainty, throughout the day with, who's going to start the game, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think sometimes it knocks folks off their game when you have change-ups, right before. You prepare a certain way as a team, and I think that might have got to the Padres a little bit yesterday. I like them for a comeback today. I think this one's going to be a big total. I'm going over.
Okay, yeah, maybe that will be the case. I know that the Sharps are probably going to prefer the over here. I mean, Look, the total's 8.5, shaded to the over. Ziggy would take the Padres money line. Steve on San Diego. Here's Milwaukee for butterscotch run line. Takia on the Padres, on the Padres, but Brent is on the Brewers. So, but these Brewers backers are taking the run line. It looks like for the most part. So probably going to do the same thing with them. Former Padre, several years ago now, 3 or 4 years ago, he was with the Padres. Hasn't been great so far. Just 7.71 ERA in his first 2 starts. Brewers off to a great start right now. I mean, man, they just keep doing it in a way, don't they? I mean, this rotation looks shaky. Burns has not been his self, right? But they keep winning. They're 9 of 13 right now. 6 of their last 7 games have gone under. Waka's been solid. I think you know what you get with Waka. Maybe it's going to be a real good situation with San Diego. Maybe that's exactly the spot for him. I always thought he was a very strong and consistent pitcher with the Cards. So Padres won both of his starts so far. We'll say this, Mindy, and again, like I said, the Cardinals and the Brewers. I mentioned the Cardinals and the Royals. Maybe the Cardinals and the Brewers. Those are their rivals there too. It's just that they're not interleague, but I know that pretty strong traditional there because you have the old beer rivalry too. But just to know Waka when he was with the Cardinals in 6-0 all-time record with the Cards. Now maybe the Cards have been better than the Padres in those years, not by totally so much. Padres had their share of successes, but that's over several seasons. But still 6-0 lifetime for Waka against Milwaukee in his career. So Padres have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, just a 3-4 home record thus far. And I think that the Padres will continue to struggle. I think they feel the pressure at home. So I'll take Milwaukee here. I'll take them on the run line. And let's wrap it up with the chat in this game, where I think we already mentioned Ziggy, right? Moneyline Padres. Steve, Moneyline Padres. Yeah, I went through those. Those are other ones. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Brent, run line. And JPZ says, check out the BVP today for Soto against. I always do my BVP later, and I probably should do it for the show. But there's a lot of work that goes into the show as well. So I really don't do as much BVP as I like to do when I like to play daily fantasy, and I'm not playing daily fantasy anymore, so shouldn't ignore the numbers. I kind of treat the lineup as the BVP, but Soto 5 for 18 with a couple of home runs off of Lauer. So thank you for that. We could be here for 3 hours if I check the BVP every time. Mm-hmm. All right. And I don't know what this means, but I'm just going to say it. Padre, no. All right. Mindy is on the over, and I'm on the Brewers run line in this one. I'm not fading my Padres this season. I'm just fading them at home early. I'll be on them on the road in general. Senga is a favorite on the road here. Big mismatch right now, anyway. Only 210. I don't know if it's a cheap price or they got steamed. The Mets did, and this is the lowest total of the day at 8.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Mets here, laying the 1.5 runs here. Senga's been, solid, like you said, and if I think this A's team is probably the worst in the league. I'm gonna go ahead and go against them here today, taking those Mets on the run line.
Yeah, I didn't mean to disrespect anybody when I didn't make Oakland worst team. They are 3-10 right now. Run line, you said, Mindy, for
Yeah.
the Mets to crush them. It's funny, right? It does seem like we want to go again. They lost 10 of 11, but it happened kind of again yesterday for the A's, right? They came back and end up getting the run. They're losing by like 4, and then all of a sudden they tie the game. It's happened a couple of times so far, so they've shown some life. But Caprillion has been pretty bad. He's got an 11 ERA in 2 starts so far. He's lost them both. Senga, hey, maybe he is all that. Now, granted, they were playing Miami in both of his starts, so he's got a 1.59 ERA. Won them both. Mets just 3-4 on the road. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5. The A's have gone over 9 of their 13 games, but I was going to make fun of them for giving up a bunch of runs. But like I said, they've hit a little bit. They've come back in some games and battled. And what was yesterday's game? 1.7-7 or something like that. So, wish I would have. Wish woulda coulda. I like the over. I like the over there. Ended up just betting the game over. So, because we had that Oriole run line, didn't work out for us. So, but in this one, why not, Mindy? The Mets should be able to smash them here with those bets. I worry Oakland. They keep kind of getting run lines a little bit. I don't know. So, let's try the Mets with the run line victory. I didn't even check with the chat. Are they taking them? Scotch has got a lock there. Okay.
Like that's it. That's all we need to know.
Demetrius on him. Curtis wants to lay 2.5 with him today. Steve's on him. And no problem, Ziggy. Caprillion should be better, right? He's had enough time now. And I think, to me, Mindy, I think the Mets, the Athletics are another team where, and we've seen it before with some of these teams in other sports. I don't want to just broad brush it, but when you get bad support at home, you're like, this sucks. Nobody's here, and then you get out on the road a little bit, and you get a little bit more energized a little bit. There's a bigger crowd, right? Even if they're rooting against you, it feels like more excitement than you can imagine the fans at the A's game getting cobwebs. And it's funny. Remember, I mentioned was it on our show that I mentioned about the controversy with the concessions now?
Yes, yesterday.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so I've even seen taken a step further. Let me know if you guys saw this angle to the story. One major leaguer came out and criticized a rule that about I want to say maybe 5, 6, or 7 ballparks have changed. You know how you go to the ballpark and the beer sales stop to the 7th inning,
yeah,
right? There have been a handful of parks because of the pace of play. They've actually extended that to 8th inning. The player came out and said, that doesn't make any sense. In fact, you should push it back to the 6th inning. The thought of that is, right, the game's going faster, so pull back again, I said, they're not going to have, right? You want to get as many beers as possible.
As you can. Yeah, right.
But I think that
you want to get the same amount of sales in the shorter period of time, so you'd have to extend it. Yeah.
So when you put at the 8th inning, that's going to be sooner. You're going to get out. Someone may. Of course, they're not going to drink it. We know that, but someone may do that, and they'll be on the road that much sooner because the game goes by faster. And that the game in the 6th inning, if you cut the beer sales off in the 6th inning, then that's further away, and the game goes by faster. So just want to kind of close that thought out on that the other day. So on the Mets here,
Deep thoughts
and
by Ramon Scott.
I meant because yeah, deep thoughts. And the A's, oh boy, that's what they do is go drink at the game, I guess. The Cubs and the
You're
Dodgers
supposed to do.
and eat. Syndergaard here, $1.60, 8.5 over 20.
I know we were just talking about that. I was like, probably the worst purchase I've ever made is like, the 6-pack of the Simply Lemonades at the game. That 6-pack cost like $109. That was like the worst purchase of all time, I tell you, Ramon. but but what a fun game here today. Cubs and Dodgers. I'm looking forward to it here. Steele has this 1.25, batting average against, and Syndergaard a 0.172 batting average against. I'm going to go under the total. I think it's going to be a fun one. You also been talking about a little bit of, I don't know. It's been kind of going back and forth if some of these night games have been still maybe going a little bit towards the under. That's where I'm looking here today. Gonna go under the total.
Yeah. In fact, it's not so much. You call them night games. I mean, we know that most
night games to me.
Yeah, no. I'm trying, and again, I mean, they're not all. I mean, we know that there's plenty of day games, especially early in the season because of opening days and things like that. But it's been more. You're right. Night games. It's the West Coast games a little bit are the ones that are trending under a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to join you in this one actually and go under with. Did we end up with 2 unders maybe in premiums? I don't know. It was 1 or 2, but I'm going to go under. Steele, 2 starts so far, 0.75 ERA. Has a good start.
Ramon, come back.
Oh my gosh.
There you are. Okay. You kind of
I don't know where I left off. Did you hear I said I went under? Did everybody click?
Yes, you got that. Yes.
Yeah, Steele, 0.75.
That's where you left off. Yep.
Okay. 0.75 ERA, 1 successful start against the Dodgers. I don't remember if he won or lost it, but I'd have to take too long to check it out. But okay, great. Syndergaard definitely room for improvement, right? 6.3 ERA thus far, and they've lost both starts. So I hope the Dodgers have made the right move here, picking him up. Maybe he'll have a pretty good outing here. Dodgers have gone over in 5 of their last 6. Cubs have gone over in 6 of their last 9. So trending over for the most part. But I think for me, I'm just kind of looking at the movement of the line here. I know it's 8.5 juice to the over. I want to go under in this game with you, Mindy. I'm going to try 1 under here. What's the comments? What's the chat doing? Let's take a look. Because I see. Okay, here's Scotch, who's our Chicago correspondent. He likes the Cubs plus a half a run at even money here in the first half. He's happy that Jerry Swanson's to make his return. He would take Cubs on the run line. CC Cubs on the run line, but Curtis says no way. Lay the 1.5 here. Kong is here. There he is with play of the day. It's on the Rays run line. I'm not going to call you square, Kong, because
we took it. We did it. We took the over.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I mean, he is laying the run line there, so he's getting plus money, and so that's legit. I'm not making fun of him because he's a 13-0. I mean, even on the money line, it's still just barely up. They're up to almost $1.30 now. I see, though. You got to think that the public wants a piece of them still. Steve on the Dodgers here run line. So Show Me Loot talked about that game when we talked about that steam on that hockey game. So Thomas, are we getting those special cups on the Simply Lemonade? Is that what he's talking about? Like some team cups or something?
Mine was in a can, so I didn't even get a souvenir out of the $109.
Oh well, sometimes the can, right, is like it says like
Yeah, this one didn't. It was nothing
okay.
special. Like, it didn't
Then
have
you can
any,
drink.
like, Royals insignia or
No, okay, then
anything.
you can drink it then.
It's a total waste.
Does anybody ever, yeah, does anybody have any souvenirs that are still full of, like I have a Coke bottle from the 1978 All-Star game in San Diego with the Coke still in there. Like,
Oh my goodness.
if there was a nuclear war, could I
You can
drink
sell it
this
on
until
eBay.
I have Coke or something?
Right.
I want this Coke. It's only 40 years old.
Funny. I know lots of folks that have like the souvenir, beer cans and such, like with the pull tabs.
Thomas says it looks like I only caught that last one and then the one earlier in the show, so I don't know if it's. I'm sorry if I've. Hopefully the show's been okay. Me, I've only caught myself buffering twice, but
You've been kind of pixelated here this morning.
pixelated. Feel kind of pixelated today.
It's a little fuzzy.
Dodgers. Burley, hello, Burley. Hi, Burley. No problem, and thank you for checking in. And so there we are, Mindy, on that one. We'll take the under together.
Do we think Ramon needs holy water? Is that the deal? Ramon? I think what is it? The Pope's Exorcist or something is coming out today. Maybe you should check it out.
But in general, we're going to go on the under. I mean, I'm basically looking at a market move here is the way I feel about it. I mean, I think the teams in general, I already mentioned some of the trends that kind of point to the over with the two teams. But you got to think Ginger Guard is home now. I mean, come on. This Cub lineup pretty good, pretty okay right now, I'd say. But how many starts? I mean, you got to have a good start. Otherwise, the people a good start to.
What's Bellinger going to do?
Oh, good point.
Is he up for a home run today?
We'll see what the any chat there. I mean, I could look to see what I have on the matchup as far as oh gosh. I mean, I have this as a very good matchup for the Cubs offense, and not so much. I mean, obviously, Steele, are always up against it, faced up against the Dodgers, but Steele's numbers are sharp, no doubt, and it's not a great matchup necessarily for the Dodger bats either. Might be kind of a neutral thing. I think that's why we can hang on here and try to get this under. All right, no more comments from that unless you got buffering out there a little bit. Rockies and Mariners. And a couple left-handers going at it. Who was Gomber? They've lost both of his starts so far. And Marco Gonzalez for the Mariners, $1.75, 8.5 under 15.
I'm just going to go over the total here. Not much analysis I don't think is needed. I feel like the Mariners bats finally catching fire here a little bit. That's where I'm headed. Over the total, over this 8.5.
All right, Mindy. Go over 8.5. I don't know what I thought you were going to talk up the Mariners a little bit. Pretty big price, though. No doubt about it in this one. See if we might just be done. Everybody might be leaving us done with the show. Don't want anyone talking about this last game. So maybe I'll just have to agree with you. But Gomber mentioned 0-2, 6.75 ERA thus far for him. And one career start against Seattle, gave up 3 runs in 6 1/3 innings. Rockies, we know both teams actually struggling. Both teams are 5-8. Marco Gonzalez, 4.22 ERA thus far. Mariners just 2-5 at home thus far. I'll agree with you. I got to take me another over. Seattle's gone over in 7 of 12 games thus far. Rockies have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games. So let's take the over and have another consensus play. We've got to get it going a little bit with our premium consensus here on the show. Let's see the chat. Just a few more comments from them on this game. Oh, look at that. Curtis has got a lock here on the Mariners. But
All right,
Ziggy
Curtis, here we go.
Okay. Hey, Rick's here. Good. I hope Rick, we
Me
need a
now.
good day. I haven't seen Team Steam up there, quite honestly, this week on the leaderboard. So I think we need to have a good day. Butterscotch is on the over with us. A lot of support for Seattle here.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.